Hi, I'm Evan,
Hi, I'm Colby.
and this is
The Filter Podcast. Where we talk about life
Christ
and Funko Pops.
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops!
Join us on our journey through life through the Christian lens.
Enough with that. Roll the tape. Welcome back to the Filter Podcast.
I'm Evan,
And I'm the only Colby.
the only Colby.
Oh, gosh. We are off to a start.
I was singing all too well, that's why.
There's one day going to be the Colby and Evan version of Taylor's songs.
Oh my gosh, he actually brought something.
We just got we'll restart this.
No, we're not going to restart this. This is great. This is a family podcast.
This is off the rails. Well, anyways, today we have a special guest.
Hi,
Hi, Jenna.
I'm Jenna.
Who is Jenna?
Who is Jenna?
Why, Jenna?
Why?
What is Jenna?
These are some deep questions. I have no answers available.
Who, what, when, where, why?
Who? I'm Jenna. What?
Female.
I'm a child of God. Where? I was born in Warsaw, Indiana,
This is incredible.
and lived in Brazil for most of my life,
that's
and now
cool.
I'm in Warsaw, Indiana. What were the other two?
Who, what, when,
Where and why?
why?
Oh, when I was I'm 17 years old. I was born in June 11th, 2006.
It took you way
Why?
too long to remember when you were born.
I couldn't put all the dates
Oh,
together.
Max did the same thing.
That's to do the
And
same
then
You did the same.
why am I here? Because God has put me here.
That was a great. I love how you went
Great.
from our Avengers Infinity War quote and then took that seriously and answered it.
Oh, how?
Yes. Oh, how? How am I
We-
here?
we
Because
don't
I
need- we-
drove myself here to bring you guys food.
Oh.
I was really worried there for a second about where
You're a
that was
great
gonna go.
roadie.
Really? Oh, yes.
Really worried for a second there about how that question was going to be answered.
How? Oh.
Move on.
Anyway.
Moving on.
So we wanted Jenna on. I talked to her forever ago about it, the idea, and she was like,
I
"I'm not
remember that.
interesting." That was her exact words. I was like, "You literally just told me that you lived in a foreign country for a while. How is that not interesting?" So
Well, I forget about
yeah.
that part.
Well, yeah. Oh, I forgot that I lived in a foreign country. Also, I speak another language. I forgot about that.
Well, I don't forget about that, but
I remember that I can speak another language, but I don't remember where I learned it.
haha.
So tell us a bit. What does Jenna like to do for fun? What does Jenna do at the church?
Yeah, what's Jenna do?
So I am a worship ministries intern at the church, and yeah, I help lead kids in worship and run a few different things and organize things. I'm working my best, but it's also senior year, so it's been a long year of working.
Yeah.
For fun, I kind of live by the, like, if people around me are having fun, then I'll be having fun.
Mm.
As long as we're doing nothing illegal.
That's a great philosophy.
But I don't know. I like playing games. I like hanging out with people. I also enjoy reading by myself and watching movies with friends. Pretty much anything I'm down. I'm just, as long as people around me are happy.
That's fair. That's a great way to live life. So tell us a little bit more about the church and your internship. What does that look like? Like,
Yes. So I am a senior in high school, and I do some work-based learning. So I'm here at the church every single day, except for Saturday. Except for some Saturdays, I am here. And I come here around noon, and I just I'm here until I either am done with everything or get kicked out. And it's very fun, and it's just a community that I was not I didn't know I needed until I was really in this community and found this family of people that work at this church and enjoy life together.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for the people wondering if I'm laughing at what Jenna's saying.
Oh, no.
It's because Evan's being a spaz.
I had some freaking good grilled cheese, and I'm
wow.
like, I'm so happy right now. I'm sorry, Jenna.
You're welcome.
Jenna blessed us
Thank
with
you.
the best
Yeah.
grilled cheese I probably ever had.
I don't think anyone's ever liked my food as much as you guys have.
I love it.
I think we need her to stock our green room all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I will get on that as soon as I
Dude,
have
we have
money
a
to buy food.
producer. We have someone making food for us. Wow, we got the whole game.
We just
2024 starting up, right?
We're just utilizing our resources.
Just wait until I have my own apartment, and I'll just be bringing food every other day.
Every other day.
Well,
Best
you know
friend
that
of the
already.
show, Jenna.
Sorry, Jackson.
So, what made you want to intern at the church?
A lot of things led me here. Music has always been a really big part of my life, even with all the moving. I've moved probably 11 different times in my life, so nothing has ever been consistent. But one thing that was consistent was singing with my sister and music, and I learned how to play guitar, and I just loved worship. That was one thing. Even when we were in a different country and we were singing songs in Portuguese, which is the language that they speak in Brazil, I still loved the worship, and I thought it was something very important in my life, and I didn't know why. And that's kind of how I really learned a lot of Portuguese. It's a funny thing when you go back and forth to a country. Sometimes, if you're young enough, you learn the language and then you completely forget it within a year of not speaking it. And that's what happened to me. So I learned it when I was 1 and 2, when I was speaking English. I was learning Portuguese at the same time I was learning English, and then I came back to the States for a year, and I went back and I completely forgot everything. And what reminded me of the language and how to speak it was worship, and it helped me learn the language again, and I thought that was very cool. But what really led me to being a worship intern was not only worship itself, which is something that I knew I was interested in, was Tristan Spooler and how he leads and how he just taught people what worship was. And I thought that was so valuable, and I wanted to kind of learn worship ministry under him. And he mentioned something about a worship school, and I said, I can't do it right now, but I'm interested. And then 6 months later, I was his one of his interns, another one of his interns. So that was really good, and now I'm enrolled in that school. So that was something that God planned very, what's the word?
Thoughtfully.
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
Praise the Lord.
Like, praise the Lord, yeah. But it seems very coincidental, but I know that it was the Lord.
Yeah. All those little minute details were like, man, if something just switched just ever so slightly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm sitting at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I loved COVID. I hated COVID. But COVID is the only reason I'm not in Brazil right now.
Really?
If COVID didn't come, then, or that and then something that happened to, is happening and happened to my grandma. If she was healthy and COVID didn't happen, we would have moved back to Brazil and I would be at a boarding school right now. Again. But
That's crazy to think about.
yeah.
So, why were you in Brazil? What was the
So-
Brazil part?
My parents were missionaries in Brazil. My family was a missionary family in Brazil because that was something that God laid on my mom and dad's heart. My dad was also a missionary kid from Brazil, so he knew the people that he was going to work with, and he just loved missionary work, and that's why we were stationed there. And my mom, she believed in that, so she went along with whatever God said to my dad. So
That's exciting. That's cool. Why did your parents pick Brazil?
because my dad lived there when he was a kid.
Okay.
And he was born there, and knew the language, so it was easier for him to go back and relearn the language and be a graphic designer there. So
Yeah. That's cool. I'm sure Brazil was a lot of fun.
yeah, sometimes I love the culture there. It's very familial. It's like family.
Colby's only
oriented.
asking because he wants to go.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just don't know this about Jenna.
Pretty much everyone that you meet who's older than you is Chia or Chiu, which means like aunt or uncle.
Mhm.
So I
Bless
would
you.
go up to a random person in a store and be like, "Oi Chia, onde está isso coisa?" Which is like, "Where's this thing?" Sorry, I freaked Evan out there.
All I know is where's the milk
Onde
in
está-
Spanish.
No, it's different
That's
than
a
I know.
completely different
I'm saying
language.
that's the only language I know.
Not English?
Oh. I'm fluent in English.
I'm
Also
not.
dyslexia. Dyslexia. Say you're dyslexic without saying you're dyslexic.
Bro tries to claim that he's fluent in English, but then utterly fails.
I cannot claim that. I mean, say you're dyslexic without being dyslexic. Try directing me when I'm driving, and you will find out very fast that I am not able to do that.
I have a very good friend who cannot get anywhere without GPS.
I can get places without GPS, but if people tell me like go right here, I will go left on accident. And
Oh yeah,
they're
that's
like,
happened.
they're like, "What? Do you not know your left from your right?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I don't know why I don't. I know it sounds simple to you. It's not to me."
We were going on our weekend trip with the worship school that we're a part of, and we said right, but then she went left, and then ever since we were like, I'm driving.
Yeah. They just
Get in the car and tell her the opposite direction.
no, because then I'm gonna go that direction. It's like bad luck.
It's like a mental thing.
But my thing has always been like because I believe that when I was a kid, or still, I was and is am dyslexic, and they always told me the trick of like hold out 2 L's, and whichever one's the L, that's left. And I still to this day do not know which one is the right direction, which is a weird thing having an L in my name, and like a J.
Do you think
With the
leaves
first name.
this way?
Well, if you
I try.
that's an L to you, but it's not an L to me. Now it's an L to me, but not an L to you.
I don't know. It was a hard name as a kid because I got it switched up all the time. I got made fun of for that all the time. But
Wise man once said,
It'll
"It'll buff."
buff.
it'll buff. I know. Keep telling me that. I'm
and
waiting.
it keeps buffing.
I'm still waiting.
Life will be buffing.
What'd you say?
I said life will be buffing. Also, I think it would be better if the Collide logo wasn't waiting, but buffing.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, they didn't have me in the
Buffer.
The meeting.
in the meeting, the productional meeting. No, we need to take this one step further to understand what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
We're-
Have Colby as the guest speaker.
Yeah. Oh no.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
My
No,
gosh.
at camp, I spoke. So we had 8 Sundays over the course of the year that we never had the opportunity to go to church because the closest church from camp was like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And some staff members volunteered to be like, "Hey, I want to speak on this day," and I was like, "Oh, I want to speak." So I raised my hand and I spoke. I got up in the morning. I was like, "I'm kind of nervous just to talk," and so I just sat there for an hour and watched Michigan beating Ohio State highlights over and over again until I got hyped up to do it.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
Nice.
We would get a lot of that. I'm not nervous until it happens. Like, I'm nervous up until it starts, and then it starts and I'm fine.
The game?
No,
Or the...
like if I'm like doing anything on stage or
Oh,
anything
yeah.
like that, it's like I'm nervous up until the moment starts, and then it starts, and then I'm like,
That's fine.
well,
Yeah, that's how I feel most times, unless I make a mistake, and then I'm like stressing out, having an anxiety attack on stage.
I may have gotten things wrong today and messed up Jenna on stage. It's my bad.
Nah, I came in on the wrong time.
But we shouldn't have been in that situation.
Yeah, it was, little buff.
Yeah, it buffed. So for those who weren't present today, for Sunday, first service, before service we always have a intro video, and in setup this morning there was a random video in there that was like, no, we don't need that. I don't know why that's in there. It should just be one that's already in there. I don't know why there's 2 intro videos. So we deleted the one that was the right one, and the other one was the old one. So we have the old Christmas intro video.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was wondering why you showed that. I'm like, what is happening?
Well, so they're like, the intro video that was the correct one wasn't even in the right spot. I don't know how it got there to begin with. But the guy who was serving today on presentation was like, which one? I'm like, I don't think it's that one. He's like, okay.
But
It was kind of on me. But 45 seconds before service starts, he goes, hey, should we play the Christmas one? Because it's not Christmas anymore. I'm like,
Probably
yeah,
not.
we probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. But, we're all family.
Yeah.
So,
It created a very sweet moment when
I'm-
we just stopped and talked about it.
I mean, I'm fine with like Tristan coming up and telling me something's wrong, but as soon as Reg comes up and tells me something's wrong, I feel like crap right after.
I'm tweaking.
I'm like, oh, I'm a disappointment.
There's nothing worse than when you have to apologize for something you did wrong.
Yeah, especially to the person that you have really close connections with.
One time I was tasked with recording the entire worship or prophecy conference. I recorded the entire thing.
That.
Jenna helped me.
Yeah, you taught me how to
Yeah, I
record
taught
stuff.
Jenna how to record stuff.
I don't remember.
Only I forgot to turn on recording for audio.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a very
Sweet.
awkward conversation.
Good job.
The minute that I realized
Well,
I did not record audio, but I turned on everything else and got everything ready.
there's probably a video of
There's
people talking without sounds.
there's an entire weekend conference worth of prophecy conference without sound video.
You know
Yeah.
what
on
we
the
should
DVD
do?
somewhere.
We should do a Freedom night, but no audio.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
You can just see everyone worshiping.
Yeah. Broadcast it.
Yeah, Jack's
Lose
gonna be
all-
hyped.
Lose everybody.
Yeah, that was the most awkward conversation I've ever had because I was like,
when you're buffering.
this went so well, that went so smoothly,
Mhm.
and I trained Jenna and stuff.
Oh yeah,
There's no way I did that well. I was expecting a little hiccup.
Big hiccup.
Yep.
big hiccup.
That one didn't buff very well.
No.
But
My back is sore because I've been working so much.
Weird flex.
No, okay. So
I'm not.
I'm the only loader at my job now because all of them got fired during Christmas, which was annoying. And so I had to help two guys put a really heavy metal safe onto a truck. That was not fun.
No. The producers are talking about something.
What's happening?
The shadowy producer figure.
Just say it.
Is
Don't text it. Just say it.
You think that I can lift things?
Job shout
I
out.
was in a job interview.
I already need a chiropractor.
Jenna's talking about her resume right now.
Oh my gosh.
We need to stop talking.
Nah.
Producer Jackson doesn't just record and make sure things are running smoothly. He also is out here hooking you up with jobs.
Oh yeah, he keeps suggesting jobs, and I'm like,
He's looking dapper today.
Ultimate behind the scenes man. Am I right?
Yeah.
But that one,
Oh, no.
yeah. So, final questions for Jenna after we got sidetracked. But would you say your testimony is?
my testimony is probably a little complicated, but also like
We have time for complicated.
basic. Because I was born in a Christian family.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from the moment I was born, I was told to trust God because we were going to a different country, and this was surprisingly not normal. I didn't know it wasn't normal for people. And like I was always told why we were doing things, but I never really. So I knew it was important enough for us to leave here. To go do, but I didn't understand it. And then in 7th grade, I was sent to a boarding school. Or I wasn't sent. I chose to go to a boarding school with my older sister. And that was the first place that I kind of learned that I should really read my Bible every day and pray. And a situation happened there where I had to really trust in God, and it was the first time I had ever been on my own. So I learned how to be pretty independent pretty young. But in that needing to become independent from like my family, I learned that I needed to be dependent on God. And after that, we moved back here to the States, and I was kind of just the average middle school Christian kid. I went to a private school, private Christian school.
I'm just the average Christian kid.
Like I don't know. Like my family goes to church every Sunday. I didn't really apply anything. I don't want that to be average. I just it's kind of everyone's story of like not really living it out, but like knowing it.
It wasn't your faith yet.
Yeah. And then more things happened and life threw me in a loop, and I really found a family and found family in this church and certain people who are like second parents to me, who have really taken me under their wing and kept me accountable, and that really made me make my faith my own, and I value it more than anything else in my life. And I think that my relationship with Christ is the most interesting and best part about me.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this the other day because I said something about religion, and I was like, I mean, yes, there's religion, but I don't really believe in religion. I believe in my relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
And I probably do a few religious things, but that's only because it's what my God said.
Yeah. One of my that reminds me of something from when I was in school around your age. One of my friends was reading a book. It was Jesus is greater than religion. I was like, well, that's
I know that book.
yeah. I'm like, that's an interesting thing to think about. That Jesus isn't a religion;
Mm-hmm.
he is the way, which
It's the
therefore is
only way.
greater than religion.
Yeah.
Because it isn't religion. The world just views it that way. I was like, that's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah. People have asked me before, like, are you a religious person? And I'm like, yes and no. I'm a relational person.
Yeah.
And I have a relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Do you want to have one?
It says very awkwardly to the stranger.
Yeah.
It's the video that's like, do you want to follow my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Jenna sends the best memes randomly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I find the best of them. It's probably bad that I'm finding
Jenna
them all,
stays
'cause
up
that means
until
I'm-
like 3:00 in the morning saying
wow.
reels.
Not all the time.
Jenna's that friend that sends you memes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's because, like, you get friends that send you memes that are just stupid.
And it's all right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Jenna sends good
Oh,
memes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I heard someone say something once where it was like, there are two types of people. The people who send one thing to everybody because they think it's funny, and the person that sends things to people because they think, like, they make them think
Yeah.
of that person. I'm the second.
Yeah.
When I think of someone, when I see a video and I think that they'll laugh